All right. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope naririnig niyo ako. Welcome to Math 175. Welcome to a brand new semester. Congrats pala for passing Math 174. All right. So ngayon, tutuloy natin yung numerical analysis series with Math 175. React naman kayo guys kung naririnig niyo ako. Okay ba yung audio? Okay, thank you guys. Ganun pa rin kayo mahiyain, no? So, yeah. And then I'll be handling the lecture for Math 175. And unfortunately, you guys are stuck with me also for the laboratory. Tapos medyo kamalas-malasan pa nung iba na nagwa 155 this semester. I will also be their teacher. So medyo, yeah, ako lagi yung makikita nyo for at least 2 or 3 of your major classes this semester. So for today, we'll start Math 175. Initially, I planned this to be just an orientation about the course itself. So supposedly, yun lang pag-usapan natin, which is actually in Module 1. So I hope you guys already had a tour with Canvas and you have seen the materials that we have there. We already have Module 1 there, which is about the course itself, course outline, course syllabus, course timetable, etc. And then we'll try to go over that for the first 30 minutes. And then when I was writing the laboratory exercise for next week, I just realized that Friday, February 25 is a holiday. So that means once lang yung lecture magbi-meet. And I talked with the other lab instructors and pinag-usapan namin kung ano yung pinakamagandang option. So we decided na ituloy yung Lab Exer 1.1 next Monday. Tapos gugulin yung latter half or yung latter parts nung lab sessions today para simulan yung pag-uusap about module number 2, which is already also in Canvas, para hindi tayo mabitin this week. So I hope that is okay. So by 1:30, the other lab sections will be joining us para sa discussion ng unang ng module 2, the first part of module 2, which will be about the bisection method. So sorry guys, first day of classes, medyo hectic kagad tayo. So, and I think this would be better kaysa naman sa dulo tayo maghabol kung kailan marami na rin dinidiscuss sa ibang mga classes. All right? So, kumusta naman ang bakasyon, ang wellness period? Productive ba or nakapag-relax? Personally, hindi ako masyado nagtrabaho the last during the wellness break. So, pahinga talaga, recreation, balik Dota. Matagal na akong hindi nakapag-Dota after 4 years yata. So finally nakabalik ako. So and then yeah, it was a nice time to to just uh, to just take things slowly and lightly kasi nung mga huling linggo ng January ay medyo super busy. So I hope you guys had time to relax and have fun with your family kasi ngayon, ito na. So we are back to reality. So balik na tayo sa ACAD works, all right? So talagang ganyan pa rin kayo, no? Super tahimik. So sige na nga, simulan ko na kasi baka maubos yung oras natin before the other students will come in. So puntahan ko na yung module 1. Let me turn off my camera and then let me open my share my screen. Halata hindi ko alam ang gagawin, no? Laging ganun pag first day, di nangangapa ako kung anong gagawin. Let's see. So yeah, so I have module 1 open and I hope you guys are seeing it. So you can download a copy of it. So this contains pertinent information about the course and what we'll be doing all throughout the semester. So again, this is numerical analysis 2 for the second semester. And this is actually a core course in the BS Applied Math curriculum, and I always recommend it as a major elective for my advisees in the mathematics in the BS Math program. So as a student nung panahon namin, which is not so long ago, yung Math 174 ay required sa BS Math. So I graduated BS Math. So nag-take ako ng 174. Medyo na-inspire ako sa topics ng 174. So I took Math 175 as one of my major electives. Tapos medyo pinagsisihan ko siya nung panahon na yon. isa siya sa 3 courses na talagang pinagdasal ko na ipasa. So, i-reveal ko ba kung sino teacher ko? Wag na lang, baka ma-libel ako, no? But anyway, so yun. So, but essentially, Module 1 is designed to be discussed today. And accompanying Module 1 is Laboratory Exercise 0. So please, guys, answer Lab Exercise 0. It's just a consent form, which you just need to check some boxes out and then sign para makuha ko na yung consent nyo to handle the video recordings and for the course policies. So 5 points yon sa lab exercises. So please don't forget to answer it. The deadline would be on the 20th. That's going to be on Monday at 11:59 p.m. So the objectives in Module 1 ay, yun nga, daanan natin yung mga course policies or yung course outline, class policies, and house rules. Make sure that, I mean, medyo academic na siguro yung number 2 because you are here with me in Canva, in MS Teams, and you have probably been a member of our Canvas site. So if you haven't done so, nakuha nyo lang sa classmate yung link nyo. So join Canvas kasi doon lahat pa rin ng mga requirements natin. And it would be great if you can be a member of MS Teams. I think mukhang lahat naman kayo ay member na ng MS Teams, no? So mas okay na mag-member kayo ng MS Team. And then you should have also prepared a computing software, preferably MATLAB kasi may free subscription tayo to MATLAB. If you're not familiar with MATLAB, you can use Python or any other programming language that you know. Even Excel is fine. Kung 10 iterations lang naman, madali siyang gawin sa Excel. Pero ang problema, pag dumating na ng 100 iterations, medyo mahirap ng imano-mano sa Excel, all right? For some of the methods. So it's up to you kasi hindi naman tayo programming course. So make sure you're ready with all your with all these apps and softwares that will be needed for Math 175. Okay, so that's your assignment. Hopefully you have done this during the recovery period or the wellness period. Okay, now let's go through the course information. So this course is about the theory and analysis as well as the implementation of numerical methods, basically in solving equations. So yung Math 174, it is all about approximating data, okay, modeling data using polynomials, approximating their derivatives and integrals, or even if we only have a discrete set of points. Yung Math 174 gave us the power to build a polynomial model for those points. And even more than that, we were given different techniques on how to do differentiation and integration numerically. So yun, parang approximation theory yung inumpisahan natin sa Math 174. But in Math 175, we will be more interested in solving equations. Paano ba mag-solve ng iba't ibang klase ng mga equations? So this is equation theory. So pwede nyo tingnan siya as numerical theory of equations. So ano yung mga klase ng equations na itatry nating isolve sa Math 175? So we will try to solve nonlinear equations. We will begin with that today at 1:30 p.m. And then the second chapter would be about system of linear equations. So ito yung nakita nyo sa Math 17. Nag-Math 17 pa ba kayo or high school algebra na? But anyway, ito yung mga system of equations na 3x3, 2x2 na sinolve nyo using elimination, substitution, or Cramer's method. Ngayon, paano pagka 100 by 100 na yung system? How do we solve them efficiently? All right. And then the last would be ordinary differential equations. So can I have a show of hands? How many of you have taken Math 151 na? Para alam kung magbibigay ba ako ng introduction to ODEs. So let's see. Ayan. Mas maganda, nag-react kayo. No? So, okay, so I think there are 12 persons, 13. Okay, good. Ang dami na pala nag-151, 14 and counting. Okay, thank you guys. So yeah, so konti lang yung magiging trabaho ko sa pag-introduce about ordinary differential equations. And probably in Math 151, if you still recall, medyo medyo restricted tayo to certain types of ODEs. May certain formats lang ng mga ODEs na kaya nating isolve by hand. For instance, separable differential equations, exact differential equations, and so on. Pero for general ODEs, medyo mahirap silang isolve. So we'll look at some numerical techniques on how to solve this ordinary differential equations in Math 175. Okay? So yun, three big areas of solving equations, three classes of equations: nonlinear equations, system of linear equations, and ordinary differential equations. Okay? Now, what is the promise? At the end of the course, these are the things that you should be able to do. First, apply interval and iterative methods to locate solutions of nonlinear equations. So, masisimulan na natin to today. Then, of course, we are not just after the implementation of these methods, but we want you to do some analysis of these methods. So you will be asked often to compare different methods in terms of several aspects, their pros and cons, the accuracy, and how efficient these methods are. Okay. And then third objective, use classical factorization and iterative methods to solve linear systems. Medyo mahalaga yung linear systems kasi ang dami niyang applications. Siguro nung elementary tayo or high school, ang laging problems lang sa linear equations natin ay halimbawa, I bought a ticket, tatlong klase ng tickets, tapos merong mga conditions, or age problems. Ano pa bang sinolve natin about with linear equations? Concentration problems of compounds and so on. And they are not that interesting kasi parang academic problems lang sila talaga. But if you will go into applications, if you start doing your special problem or your thesis, you will realize na halos lahat pala ng natural phenomena ay modeled by linear equations. Or if they are nonlinear in nature, we can do a linear approximation to these systems. And often, these systems result to a very huge system of linear equations. And a big problem is, how do we solve these linear systems? So yun titingnan natin in objective number 3. And then there is a problem with solving linear systems kasi kung gagamit tayo ng elimination, substitution, or Cramer's rule, we will get exact solutions. But there are some ill-conditioned or ill-behaved linear systems na pag nabago lang ng konti yung right-hand side, mababago na yung solution. Or pag pina-implement natin siya sa machine, yung round-off errors galing sa machines will cause us to get drastically wrong results. So yun yung mga tinatawag nating ill-conditioned systems na kailangan natin munang i-regularize to get a more stable solution. So we'll try to put that as one of the topics. Traditionally, it's not part of Math 175, but I will try to insert it. Sinama ko siya sa course learning outcomes. And then number 5 is all about ODEs. So we will look at how to solve first order and higher order differential equations. Pero medyo ano lang to, medyo introduction lang. So if you need a different or a more in-depth discussion about ODEs or solving PDEs numerically, unfortunately, we cannot do that in Math 175. Pero kung kailangan nyo siya sa inyong special topics or sa inyong special problems or theses, you can consult with me na lang, or we can propose a special topics class kung maraming mga estudyante ang interested. So just let me know para masuggest ko siya sa Math Division. And of course, number 6, we want to use these methods in order to solve scientific problems. And you will see these. You will see this in our lab exercises. Yung lab exercises natin medyo applied yung team niya. So laging merong isang applied problem na gagamitan nyo ng mga methods na diniscuss natin. Okay? Now, here's the course outline. Medyo condensed yung course outline. I didn't put too much details in it. So ito yung i-cover natin. We have 3 chapters: solving nonlinear equations, solving systems of nonlinear equations. So there's a typo there. And then solving ordinary differential equations. So yung detalye niyan, makikita natin as we start each chapter, or better yet, we'll look at the course timetable later. Okay. Now, mode of delivery. This is no different than Math 174. Though, I would like to emphasize this this passage over here. Okay. So ngayon, I'll be a little bit strict about late submissions. So there would be deductions for late submissions. However, kung talagang merong emergency or merong kayong reason why you cannot make it, you cannot submit before the deadline, all right? So sabihan nyo ako 1 week before or after the deadline. So if you anticipate na medyo hindi kayo okay for this particular week and you will not be able to meet the requirements for next week or for the next Monday, then you can let me know and I will give you utmost leniency insofar as deadlines are concerned. Or kung medyo bigla kayong nilagnat nung day of the exer, then you can just send me a chat, send me an email saying, sir, medyo nilagnat po ako, hindi makapagpasa. As long as you do this plus or minus 1 week before, plus or minus 1 week after the deadline, then it's fine. I will waive the deductions. All right? So para lang matrack ko yung progress nyo. Kasi ayoko nang mangyari yung last semester na may mga ilang students na nahirapang um, nahirapang mag-catch up kasi tumambak na ng tumambak yung mga hindi nila napapasa at the end of the semester. So I don't want that to happen. So I want you guys to keep a strict plan for your activities. If you really cannot make the deadline, then just let me know. All right? Preferably plus or minus 1 week on the deadline. So wala akong tanong, I'll just grant you the late submission and you will not get deductions for it. Now, if you really cannot communicate with me plus or minus 1 week on the deadline, so tatanggapin ko pa rin naman kung may mga requests kayo for deduction waivers, pero medyo kailangan ko ng proof or strong justification outside that period. Okay? So this is not to penalize those who cannot meet the deadline, kaya lang para ma-force lang kayo na makipag-communicate sa akin because I don't want to negotiate at the end of the semester, all right? So kasi unfair 'yon dun sa mga estudyante na kumakayod talaga para ma-meet yung mga deadline, sacrifices some of their free time, their weekends, which supposedly gagamitin nila with their family or for relaxation. So, yon, magiging unfair naman sa kanila. So, the key here is communication. Don't hesitate to let me know if you're having troubles. All right? Okay ba yun, guys? Any reaction or objection to that? Ito nga
Okay
pala
po,
yung
sir.
chance. Right, thank you. Ito nga pala yung panahon nyo para makipag-negotiate. Open ako for negotiation, pero pag sa end ng SEM, medyo mataray ako ng konti sa end ng SEM pag nakikipag-negotiate. Alright? So, yun. Okay, so no objections. So this one is carried. Okay, so yeah. But again, sabihan nyo ako. Alright, so yun yung key. Tapos yun pala, i-close ko yung submission kasi last semester, I still, kung ang deadline ay ang date ay X, yung closure nung submission bin kay Canvas is X+7. So I give a 1 week grace period. Ngayon, i-close ko yung submission bin at the deadline para lalo kayong mapersa na makipag-communicate sa akin. Alright? So, yun yung reason. Alright? Now, course sites and other learning applications. So this is similar to what I handed out last semester. Copy-paste to. Kaya hindi ko nabago yung Math 174 in the original Module 1. So inedit ko na siya. So this is the new version, but this is similar. Okay, course material. We will be giving you weekly modules. Kaya lang wala pang Vortex, unlike Math 174. Because I only taught Math 175, I think, as a lecturer once before I left. So wala akong work text pa for Math 175. And so what I'm doing right now is writing all materials almost from scratch. So kaya medyo patingi-tingi ko sa inyong ibibigay yung modules. So I already have Module 1 uploaded. I will upload Module 2 probably before the weekend para mabasa nyo siya in advance if you are going advanced. Pero nga, medyo pagpasensya nyo ng konti, sinusulat ko everything from scratch. Alright? Hindi lang sinusulat, nilalatex ko pa siya. So, unless okay sa inyo na handwritten yung modules, that will be perfect for me. But I'll try as much as possible to have it encoded in latex na para diretso ko siyang matranslate into a word text. Okay? So, nag-iisip pa ako ng format para sa word text. Gagawin ko, i-copy paste ko yung bawat nasa isang module, i-compile siya into one big file, which will be updated as the semester goes by. So, kaya pwede niyo siyang tingnan in a compiled form. Pero I'll need to find time to do that muna. Alright? So yeah, so weekly modules muna tayo. So no Vortex available yet. Okay, grading scheme. So meron tayong, as proposed, 7 laboratory exercises. Medyo misleading yung 7 kasi merong mga lab exercises that are broken down into 2 smaller exercises. Each exercise will be worth 50 points. So kung nahati siya sa dalawa, tig 25 lang sila, right? But each lab exercise will be worth 5%. So 35% yung total. And then we'll have 3 problem sets, 1 for each chapter. So 45%. So isang problem sets, nonlinear equations is a system of linear equations, and another one for ordinary differential equations. Okay. And then we'll have a final project, 20%, which is similar to what you did in Math 174. Okay, so i-spoil ko na. So parang ganun pa rin, kaya lang instead of interpolation, numerical differentiation, or numerical integration techniques, mga techniques naman na natutunan nyo sa Math 175, yung i-apply nyo sa real-world problems or real-world data para sa project nyo sa Math 175. And it will still account for 20% of your final grade. It will also be done by group, katulad siya ng Math 174 project natin. Okay? So, any questions on the grading scheme? Meron ba kayong mga counter proposals? Wala? So, sorry. Okay na ba kayo dyan, guys? Talaga? Walang objections? Okay. Bahala kayo So binigyan ko kayo ng chance na mag-object or mag-counter proposal. Okay, so just a reminder. So I read all of your responses to the exit survey for Math 174, and some of you guys commented na medyo marami tayong ginagawa sa Math 174. We have exercises week in and week out. Now, I want you to expect that since the class has a laboratory component, that's 3 hours a week, an output will be required almost every week. Okay? Or kung hindi nga at almost every week talaga. So laboratory exercises were meant to be done on the lab classes. Kaya meron kayong 1 to 4 every Monday. So when you enroll the course, you saw that it has a laboratory component, it has a lab component for a reason, because you are really expected to have an output for that day or for that laboratory session. Okay, so we are having lab exercises 1 to 4 every Monday. So ideally, dun yung gagawin yung lab exercises. So kung yung topic natin sa week X, siya yung magiging subject ng laboratory exercise for week X plus 1. So yun yung idea. Dito nyo gagawin yung lab exer. Kaya please expect that really you will have required submission every week. Okay? So medyo tinanggal ko naman kung meron tayong problem set due for a certain week, wala na kayong lab exer for that week. Okay? So yun yung idea kung bakit merong 1 to 4. Okay? Now, also, one comment about last time or suggestion is to include a programming review or a programming session for Math 174. But unfortunately, Math 174 and 175 are not programming courses. So it is assumed that you already know how to write a program, a simple program or a simple code from AMAT 152. Kaya hindi na ako nag-review ng programming sa Math 174 because what I am expected to teach you are the methods at hindi na yung programming aspect niya. All right? But of course, if you're still having troubles with programming, I'll be more than happy to assist you during laboratory classes. So kung medyo nahihirapan talaga kayo, see to it that you attend the lab classes so I can help you hands-on. Okay? What else? All right. So here's the class timetable. So makita nyo na dito yung mga mangyayari. So halimbawa, for week number 3, we are here. So 21st to 25th of Feb, we are supposed to tackle this topics, the bisection and regular falsi methods. They are in module 2. And then those two topics will be covered in Lab Exer 1.1. So dahil ngayon natin i-discuss yung Lab Exer, yung coverage ng Lab Exer 1.1, Lab Exer 1.1 will be due on February 28th. So yun yung week X plus 1. So by Monday, you will be doing Lab Exer 1.1 on the lab, 1 to 4 p.m. I guarantee that you can do it in 1 to 3 hours. Okay, ako yung nagsulat ng lab exercises, and I think I'll be writing all the laboratory exercises this semester, unlike the previous sem. Yeah, ako na ngayon yung susulat para maplano ko rin yung problem sets, alright? Para walang overlap, saka para masigurado ko na kaya siyang gawin in 3 hours. Okay, and at most 3 hours. Okay, and so on. However, ginawa ko tong timetable before there was an announcement that the semester was extended. So May 25th will not be the last day of classes. There are 2 additional weeks added. So abutin pa tayo ng early June. So I'm still thinking whether to add a topic or just put those 2 weeks as our buffer period. So I am inclined to include 1 week or to add 1 week para sa systems of nonlinear equations, and then we'll keep the 1 week as a buffer week. Okay lang ba yun? Or gusto nyo sulitin ang Math 175 na magdagdag pa ako ng isang topic for 1 week? What do you guys think? O, tama na yun. Kasi alam ko iniisip nyo, pag nagdagdag ako ng topic, mag-a-add din ako ng lab exer. Tama? So, come on guys, salita naman kayo. Okay, dahil ayaw nyo mag-suggest, sige, ako na lang yung mag-iisip kung ano ang kailangan gawin. So, yeah, but I'll update you as we go along and we'll see. Daryl is suggesting i-discuss natin to ulit after the midsem. Sure, Daryl, that's fine. So, yeah, pag-usapan natin ulit ito mid-semester or as we go along. Yeah. Now, you can bring up your suggestions anytime. Wag lang sa dulo ng SEMA kasi ayoko nakikipag-negotiate at the end of the semester. All right? So other policies, these are generic policies. 129 na, papasok na yung galing ibang sections. Oo nga, no? So hindi nyo pa ma-anticipate ang mga pangyayari in the next weeks. Pero dibs na ako dito. So dito sa timetable, nakalagay na kung kailan kayo may ipapasa sa Math 175. So, having said that, please, sana walang bibigay ng reason na, sir, hindi po ako makapagpasa dahil ang dami ko pong pinapasa sa kabilang subject. All right? Number 1, it was your option to register in that number of units. So, talagang ganon. So, medyo mabigat talaga yung workload the more units you enroll. Number 2, bakit naman 175 yung hindi nyo prioritize, di ba? So, yeah, but joking aside, yeah. It's fine if you're having some troubles, but again, just let me know, all right? I appreciated the honesty of those guys who said, sir, nahirapan po talaga ako about, kasi po nagsabay-sabay yung mga problem sets ko for a particular week. Kahit sa utak ko, gusto kong replyan ng, bakit ako yung sinacrifice mo, blah, 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 blah. So, pero wala nang magawa. So, sige, reply ko, okay, I understand. Ganyan, bait-baitan. Pero, yeah. Pero that's fine. So, okay lang yun sa akin. So, pero sana consider nyo na i-prioritize yung 175 kasi naka-lay down na naman yung gagawin natin for the entire semester. So, ito na yung timetable natin for the entire semester. All right? Okay, but don't hesitate to let me know. All right? So, joke lang yung huwag nyo akong sasabihan nun. Okay lang sa akin, sabihan nyo ako nun. Maiintindihan ko naman, all right? But I'll appreciate if you will prioritize Math 175 more. But anyway, so yun, do you have some questions about Module 1? Sakto lang, no? 1:30. Recordings of classes will again be provided. So meron tayo sa Canvas page na video recording. I will also record the lab sessions. So sa Teams pala natin, I created 2 channels. Isa sa lecture sessions, isa sa lab sessions. So Math 175 D2L, makikita niyo yung mga recordings natin under the channel D2L lab sessions. So dun sa MS Teams natin, pwede niyo siya doon puntahan. I can also provide you with the link dun sa Canvas kung ayaw nyo nag-open pa ng MS Teams. So pwede nyo siyang buksan sa Canvas, lalagay ko yung link. Alright? Pero yun, what else? Okay, so do you guys have questions? Reklamo? Suggestion? Or wala pa kayong masasabi ngayon kasi wala, first day pa lang ng classes. You're still not in the mood for acad things. Tama ba? Pero deeps na ako. Ako yung unang nag-klase sa inyo. So nabigay ko na sa inyo yung schedule ng course. So yeah. Okay, no questions, no objections, no clarifications. As usual, super tahimik na naman kayo, no? So, or nahiya lang kayo magtanong. Crew moment. So, okay, so if that's the case, then let's just wait a couple of minutes for the other lab sections to join us. 30 pa lang tayo sa meeting. There are a total of 62 students in Math 175 across all lab sections. So, antay-antay natin yung mga 32 pa. Siguro, nagano pa sila. Nag-orientation pa in their lab sessions. So, we'll start in maybe let's start 1:40. Hopefully, andito na sila. So you can grab some snacks, timpla muna kayo ng kape or whatever. Okay, may mga request ba kayo na pwede natin gawin for the class, suggestions, habang nag-aantay tayo? Wala talaga, guys. So, monologue na naman ba ako buong semestre dito?
Good afternoon po, sir.
Hello.
From 3L po ako.
Oh, hi. Sino man? Lyra?
Apo, nice to meet you po ulit.
Yeah, hello Lyra. Kumusta naman? Tapos na kayo sa 3L. So 1L na lang yung wala siguro. Tama ba?
Apo, sir.
Pwede na ba kayo sa second sem or hangover pa ng wellness period?
Excited na ako sa matuto pero hindi ko sure kung gaano kaganda magagawa ko this sem pero try ko pa.
Alam ko sasabihin mo hindi ka sure kung matututo, no? So, yeah, challenge yan pare-pareha sa atin. So, I think always the key is just let me know. Kung di nyo talaga na-gets, okay lang siya sa akin. So, meaning, nagkulang ako sa pagdi-discuss or the materials I prepared is not that good or not that good enough. So, just let me know. Kasi hindi ko mariremedyohan pag hindi ko alam. Alright? Kasi pag nagdi-discuss ako or nagsusulat ako, feeling ko ang galing-galing ko. So, yung pala, hindi nagka-come across yung message. So, kung hindi nyo talaga na-gets, kung medyo may malabo, sabihan nyo ako. Hindi ako yung nagagalit na, sir, wala po akong naintindihan kahit simula sa umpisa. I will gladly start from scratch. So, kasi sayang naman yung opportunity, ano. So, yeah, sayang yung klase. So, kung meron talaga kayong hindi na gets or gusto nyo ulitin yung isang discussion, just let me know. Okay? Kasi that is a face-to-face, medyo medyo madaling i-gauge yung mga students kasi makikita mo sa mga facial expressions nila kung na-gets nila or kung kung blanco talaga, wala silang napulot kahit ano. So, madali siyang hulaan. So, I mean, uh, we have non-verbal cues para malaman na hindi niya talaga siya nakuha. Eh ngayon, hindi nga tayo nag-open ng camera, so hindi ko alam. And then, uh, hindi rin ganon kadaling evaluate yung pagkatuto on the assessment materials that we are producing kasi hindi naman lahat kaya naming i-test dun sa exercises o sa problem sets. So, yun. So, sabihan niyo ako pagka medyo mahirap talaga yung topic, pwede nating bagalan, kaya nga meron tayong buffer, pwede nating bawasan yung topics at the middle of the semester if really some topics are very hard for you but are very important and very crucial. So yeah, we can adjust. So pero sabihan niyo ako, all right? But it's good to hear that you guys are excited. So medyo excited din ako kasi I think last time na nag 175 ako ay second sem ng 2016. So yun yung semester immediately before ako umalis ng UPLB. So tapos ngayon sa akin uli siya nabigay. So ano pa ba? Okay. So about the others, baka may gusto mag-share o magsalita?
Sir, nung face-to-face din po kasi, madali po magtanong agad sa instructor or sa prof. Kami po ata ang gawa namin dati after the class pag ma-dismiss, punta kami sa harap tapos maghingi clarification about ganito, ganyan. Parang mas madali po siya instead kumpara po sa say, gagawa pa ako ng email which is yung ganitong setup which is napapadali naman yun sir kasi online but in a way parang socially exhausting din po lalo na sa mga mas introverted.
Yeah.
Opo.
So, yeah, paano natin siya remedyan? Pwede kayo mag-raise hand, pero during the class, even I'm in the middle of something, just raise your hand and then I'll try to recognize you as soon as convenient. All right. Though alam ko medyo yung iba nahihiya na magtanong. Pero tell you what, huwag kayo mahiya magtanong even how stupid or dumb you think your question is. So kasi malamang yun din yung tanong ng mga classmates nyo. So I don't think your classmates will judge you for a simple question, right? And for me, there are no dumb questions kasi yun yung interpretation mo that you are valid. So valid yung question mo kung di mo talaga siya na-get. So even how simple or how basic it is. So I won't lambast or humiliate you in the class kung yung tanong nyo ay medyo basic or medyo yun nga. Pero yeah, but I always tell my students it is better to look like a fool for an instant, the instant when you ask your basic question or your naive question, than to remain a fool forever. So, yeah, take advantage na nandito yung instructors para sagutin yung mga tanong nyo. So, kung mas preferred nyo naman na mag-email, pwede rin naman. And you don't have to craft a very formal email. So, pwede kayong mag-Taglish or mag-Tagalog sa email. Huwag nyo nang lagyan ng mga dear sir. So, or nung mga salutations, those formalities, I'm not into them. So, pwedeng direct to the point, email nyo ako or i-chat nyo ako sa MS Teams. Pero ang awkward nga sa email, no? Pag email kasi parang official yung datingan. So, meron kang salutations, meron kang closing spiel or something like that. So, I think it would be better or it would be more socially, paano ba? Mas ano siya, mas madali siya socially kung i-chat nyo ako sa MS Teams. So, para mas informal yung datingan. But do not hesitate to let me know, right? So, and then, by the way, I don't have my schedule finalized yet. So, I'll be giving you my consultation hours. All UP faculty are required to have 10 hours of consultation every week. So, antayin ko lang ma-finalize yung schedule ko. I'll give you my 10 hours of consultation. And then yun din, kung nahihirapan kayo sa lab exer or nahihirapan talaga kayong mag-program, kailangan nyo ng tulong. So, kung ayaw nyo during the lab classes, so pwedeng mag-request kayo sa akin ng tutorial session during consultation hours. By the way, bayad ako ni UP for 10 hours of consultation every week. So take advantage of that. Just let me know a little bit in advance para makapag-prepare ako ng materials or I can have my gadgets with me during consultation hours para matulungan kayo, say, writing a MATLAB code or doing something in Excel. All right? So take advantage, not only in this class, but all of your instructors. So kasi otherwise, edi nagbabasa na lang sana kayo ng modules, ano? So, sayang naman yung presence ng mga instructors. Okay? So, it's already 1:42. Let me just check my my inboxes. Okay. Alright, hindi pa pala tapos yung D1L. Alright, so 1:45 to 2 p.m. daw. So, if you guys want, you can take a break. Sige, sorry. 2 p.m. na tayo mag-start. Hindi pa raw tapos yung 2L. Yung 1L. 2L nga pala kami. So, yun. Baka may mga tanong pa kayo or requests. Okay, maybe I can stop the recording muna para makapagano tayo. Off the record convo if you find that more comfortable. Stop recording.